Okay, so hey guys, so for those of you who don't know, I am going to be creating a short inspirational film which shows a transformation in somebody as they're doing certain tasks, such as climbing a mountain. Um, it's going to be shown in an immersive environment, not quite 360, but sort of 180, and hopefully it'll make the user feel motivated to get out and do something that they've been putting off for a while. After week one, the first thing I did was sort of brand the project, give it a little logo, find a good font for it, and I think this helps with the identity and for presentations and whatnot. I also gave it a little moving animated logo as well, just so that I could have at the start of some presentations and some videos as well. As you can see here, I used the logo for the header of my YouTube channel and for my blog, and I think it already adds a little tiny bit of character to it there. And down to the bottom right hand side as well, you can see it's going to always be there, so you can always kind of relate this image to my project. First task I undertook though was project mapping, and as I had never done this before, the first thing I thought was, okay, I'll start with something simple like my door, which is two rectangular shapes, and if I can project something in that there, that's a good starting point, and I can see where I can take that afterwards and just progress from it. And I documented this all in the vlog, which is the link there. After that, then I looked into a little bit more 360-degree cameras, and I decided that it is not for me. It's just a little bit too costly to buy the camera. The computer power to power so many projectors is going to be awkward. Apple, Samsung don't get along, and it's going to take up a lot of space too. It's not as immersive though to the user, and it's probably not as impressive, but I can focus more on project mapping, which I think could work out a lot better to you if you're still slightly immersed in it, and it means that the user can just focus on one area instead of having to turn all the way around. I think it may work. So for cinematography, my main tool is going to be the DJI Mavic Pro. It's a new drone that I got about a month ago, and I've been using it quite a lot and taking lots of aerial photography with it and videos that I've sort of put together and kept on the channel. It shoots 4K video, it does slow motion, it's super smooth, and it's extremely compact. So I can basically much take it to the top of a mountain when I get up there, and it can make it look really cool. I've also been using my other cameras for some nighttime time lapses, and they've all been documented in the vlogs, and these are all the links to them. So basically just a lot of practicing and getting the settings right for whenever I get into the post to make it look as beautiful as possible. So the layout as well, I've decided to go for like a half hexagonal shape, which will have three main walls on it, which will sort of simulate three main screens. The first one will be in the center, which is kind of the main screen. Then to the left of that we have screen 2. To the right of that we have screen 3. Now the one on the left is going to be my photo frame wall, and I quite like that. So basically I'm going to be starting off the presentation by sort of holding, or by introducing it and saying I put my whole heart into this, and as I say that, a heart will then be projected on me. I'll put my arm up and hold it towards the photo frame wall, and as I've got my arm held up, the heart will then travel along to and then go into a photo frame, and the heart will sort of represent moments, and as the one photo frame fills up, it will overflow and then drop into the rest of the photo frames, and then they will sort of burst into other videos. I think this is quite a cool idea, and hopefully it'll work out for me. The other wall, then wall 3, it's kind of mostly for sort of 3D animations and sort of projecting onto funky shapes like this cubes. At the minute, I haven't actually done any testing with it yet, but this is my intentions for this at the minute. It can also be used as kind of like a secondary main screen that has nothing on it. After I had figured this out, then I decided to do some more mapping, and I decided that I would recreate a picture frame wall in After Effects without actually any picture frames. So I just took in 10 videos and sort of created them at different sizes to see how they would all look together. Turned out pretty well. So after I'd done that, then I decided to go another little step and take part of the ceiling and two separate walls, so they were all meeting in the middle. So this was using a different technique, sort of where I had sort of remapped it in Photoshop, then took that template into After Effects and then moved the videos into that. I've also been playing with dynamics in Cinema 4D to get some cool animations, which I feel that could be used for the likes of the photo frame wall, and just basically playing with dynamics. because a lot of pretty cool stuff in there. So that's the links are in there as well. So I don't actually have a storyboard just at the minute, but I do have a beginning of how and what I want the experience, or how I want the experience to start, and the point of it. And basically the point is, everybody's got a journey, and especially for climbing a mountain, there's going to be tough parts, but once you get to the top, you know it's totally worth it and well worth the journey. Another shot that I have in mind is one of for an opening, at the opening as well. It starts off extremely wide in the mountain. You come flying in, and then it's a close up of my face. And then just as it gets to me, the narrative will say, "This film is not about me; it's about you." And as it says "you," throughout all three screens will be lots of different faces that I have filmed for it. But basically, as well, I want the story to kind of start at the bottom of a mountain, work the way up the mountain, and then by the time you get to the end of the video, you're going to be at the top of the mountain. This is kind of just a little rough guide, but yes, hopefully that'll work. I'll be able to sort of explain a little bit more about that. Problems at the minute, I don't really have any, but I'm still not sure if it's going to be big or small, or where I'm going to do this at, and I'm not sure if what happens if I can't transform my body the way that I wish to. I've been thinking of other possibilities, but we'll see how that goes. What's next then? Speak, build, and film. So I want to sort of start work on the narrative and get the sort of speech sort of for that, so that I can have something to work with. I want to build the environment in which I'm going to show everything, so that I can start projecting things on it. And then I want to start to film the shots after I've got the narrative done. So thank you.